All right, continuing with rescuing Ophelia, I have sprayed some JB Blaster around the edge of that, and it's a little easier to see how badly this key has been bumped now that I've sprayed that on there. And yeah, the lines on the flywheel aren't exactly lining up there. Now, to get this off, in addition to spraying the JB Blaster, I'm going to go ahead and take the coil off so I can get my big flat screwdriver under here and brace it against the engine block. Because of this shroud here, it's really difficult to get in and use a hammer to get these off, but it's doable if you can get the screwdriver in under the edge there. So let's try and do that. Copper slugs on there, but I almost forgot I need to put the nut back on and put it threaded on there where it's just below the tippy top of that crankshaft. And now I can hit that with a mighty blow from the big hammer. We've got all that stuff in place, but let's go ahead and get the coil loose and move it out of the way. 1/4-inch socket for that. Okay, so now I've got the spark plug loose. I'm going to swing that guy over there, lay it on the deck. I'm going to thread these back in so I don't lose them. I could put them in my magnetic dish, but I'm going to put them here. And so now I've got a little more swinging opportunity if I come in from the other side. So let me walk around that way. So I'm going to find the thick part of this wheel, which is the magnet, and then the opposite side, which is not magnetized. And that's the best place to hit these. I hit them sometimes, without it being the thick part. And I think I broke one out of about 600 one time. But anyway, let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's one. All right, so now I'm going to spin it around this way and hit that thick part. And as much as hitting hard with the hammer, it's just as important to push hard with this lever. 1, 2. Go again now. This time I'm going to hit it between the two magnets. 1, 2. Now I'm going to hit it on the opposite side between the two magnets. time I'm going to really be pushing down hard on the lever. 1, 2, 3, there we go. That often does it. So now this flywheel is loose. I'm going to pull the nut off. And I'm going to get that flywheel and either flip it over or put a new one on there. See what kind of debris I have under here. It's not too bad. The flywheel key is stuck inside the flywheel, so I'm going to push that out with a knife blade or a screwdriver or something. Okay, so this is the flywheel key, and it's slightly misshapen. And see the dirty side right on this side, that is on the outside of the flywheel. Okay, so I'm going to go that way with it and reinsert it, and let's see, and not only that, I'm going to flip it over as well. I think that's going to work, yeah. Okay, so I've got the dirty side now towards the inside. Let me clear some of these pine needles out of here. A bunch of them. And I don't have the carburetor off, so I'm not worried about any debris in it. Okay. Now I'm going to run my screwdriver up the flywheel key slot just to clean it out somewhat. See all my good pine needle collection on the flywheel. I'm going to dump that in my can, and see, now it's a lot better. So I get all this lined up again. Let me get my camera. Okay, you see how the flywheel edges make a straight line to the keyway in the crankshaft. And I'm going to turn the dirty side of this flywheel key towards the crankshaft. Okay, so it's sort of in position now. You can see how it's slightly misshapen, but that's not too bad. And it's probably not going to go in there real easily right now, especially because it's been misshapen a little bit, but I need to put a lot of effort into it, so I'm going to sort of wiggle around while I'm pushing on this flywheel key. And if you lift the flywheel key up somewhat, it gives you a little more room to slip that flywheel key in. So now it's standing up a little better. So I'm going to push down. Oh, where'd it go? I popped it out. Let me try it again. Okay, you find the dirty side. Put it towards the. Pull this wheel up. So it gives you a little more room to work when you do that, to get this thing lined up right. It's sort of in place now. You wiggle around and push, wiggle around and push, wiggle around, push. Oh, you know what, the engine brake's stopping it. Get that out of there, there we go. The little engine brake was keeping the flywheel from going down. So now, let me show you where we are. The flywheel key is in the slot, and I'm going to push down a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Push. Wiggle, wiggle. Push. Wiggle, wiggle. Push. Pull up a little bit. That creates some space for it. Okay, I'm going to wiggle, 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 pulling up. Push down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Push down. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Whoop. Wiggle, wiggle. It's too much wiggling. Okay, I'm going to have to set the camera down because what I need to do is actually tap on that a little bit. I can't do that with one hand. So I'm not going to do this with anything heavy. I need to tap this thing into place. See, it's starting to go in there. Wiggle, wiggle. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. And what I'm looking for is the very edges of the keyway slot to be perfectly in line with the edges of the keyway slot on the crankshaft, okay? And I'm just about there. I'll show it to you here in a second. And when you tighten up the crankshaft, it will also push this key into place. But I still like to get it in place before I do that. Major progress. Now I'm going to turn it towards me. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. That looks pretty darn good. Maybe you don't agree. See, it's still a little bit loose, but I think that's really nice and lined up. Okay, so we've got that. All right, come back on the next one and we're going to continue.